And lastly, on effective questioning, we need to think about high standards and expecting excellence from our students at all times through our deep thinking and answering our questions. Now, one of the problems you might have is if we go back to our kind of hands down approach, when you call on a student and you decide who's going to answer it, you might get a student that says, I don't know, or not sure, and they don't want to kind of participate because maybe they haven't wanted to think or they haven't wanted to really kind of join in with that, and they're happy for other people to answer those questions. So it's up to you to make sure that you kind of challenge there and you press and you say, no, come on, I'm going to give you some more time to think, or I've already given you some time to think there. If you don't get anything back, then again, you don't want a big standoff in your lesson. So you might then say, well, that's okay, but I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to go to somebody else and I'm going to come back to you. Or you might say, so you can add to it, or you can build on it further. Someone will start you off and we'll come back to you. Or you might say, well, that's okay, I'll come to you for the next question then. So you're not letting students just get away by checking out and saying, I'm not going to take part in this. I don't want to think. I don't want to join in. You need to create that classroom culture where it's okay to, there's a fail-safe environment. It's okay to get things wrong, but actually it's not okay just to not try. We expect, real high standards there of everyone kind of giving it a go and working with each other. So it's making sure that you have those high standards. And secondly, making sure that we expect excellence so that, we've given some wait time. So we're expecting a high quality answer. We're expecting it to be, articulated quite well. We're expecting students to use the subject-specific terminology. We're expecting them to speak like a scientist, talk like a historian, et cetera, and really use that kind of culture of we're expecting high-quality answers because I'm giving you some time to think, and there isn't a hiding place, and nobody can just check out of this process. It's about the learning, and we're all going to be thinking deeply about this in our classroom. So at all times, holding those standards, making sure we're getting excellence, and as well as a teacher, taking some time yourself to reflect on how you are asking questions. Are you planning them at the right level? Are they constructed in the right way? Are they asked at the right time as hinged questions? Are you asking the right people in the right way? What are you doing with the answers? Are you, do you know the difference between mistakes and misconceptions? And going right back to the start of this video, if we're asking between 300 and 400 questions a day, and they are one of the most powerful pieces in our armour as a teacher, then we've got to commit to wanting to be better at this all the time. Because if we can be better at questioning, and we can do all the things we've talked about in this video about getting students to think deeply, to create those memory traces, to really work out the difference between mistakes and misconceptions, get them to talk and justify their answers, think deeply, challenge them, add and build on it. If we can do that every hour, every day, then the learning outcomes are going to be better. The students are going to be challenged more. They're going to be thinking deeply more frequently, and that's just going to lead to kind of better classroom experiences for everyone. So hopefully you'll be able to take all that on board and really improve and increase the intelligent, effective, and strategic use of our questioning.